Hi there, it's a sunshiny day in the garden route, and we are going to be using textured ribbon today. So I hope you're going to enjoy this tutorial. It's one of my favorites. Okay girls, so you can get this fabric washi tape, but it's not sticky, but it comes like with the washi. I bought it with the washi tapes and it's really lovely. And then I have some fabric lace with some interesting texture, and this is also a type of ribbon. I think it's like florist ribbon or something, I don't really know, but it's got amazing texture. So I thought we're going to do a couple of tags today and see how you enjoy this. I've prepped all the tags for you. This one I have used a combination of a twirly die cut, like a background or border die cut, and then some of the ribbon. And this is the florist ribbon, and this is the sort of washi. So let's do this one first, because it looks like it's going to be one of my favorites. And once again, we are using the 20 centimeter wide tape because there's no joins, and just going to measure it more or less there. My lovely metal ruler, and there we go. Okay, crumple my tape. By now you know that 99% of my projects I use crumple tape. I'm busy with a really big project at the moment, and crumple tape is the way to go. Just makes it so much easier to handle. I'd like to know your thoughts. Okay. And again, I'm showing you the technique and how to cover your tape, your tag, not your tape, obviously. There we go. Credit card to smooth it. Paper pencil. And you can see I'm really working quite hard. This texture is not very raised. You know, your cardstock die cut, and then the ribbon. Now, the only trick that I can remind you is when you're working with your ribbon and that, don't cut your ribbon. If I can just show you, don't cut your ribbon to fit. Always overlap the edges. Once the glue is dry, then you trim it. For those of you who are just joining us, you may not have seen the previous tutorials. Okay. Your paper pencil or paper stamp. Smooth everything down really well. Okay, here too. Awesome. And then we're going to trim the edges. Always easier to turn the tag and keep the angle of your blade more or less the same. There you go. Okay, done. Now we will use our tool to scratch over everything. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scratch over this one, and then the bottom piece I won't, just so you can see the difference. It really is beneficial. Sorry, just flattening the edge there. And then I'll just do that piece there, and we're going to just smooth this properly with the paper stamp. Remember, if you don't smooth it with your paper stamp, you will tear your tape. So just smooth it well around the whole design. Okay, trace around your design or your twirly paper die cut. And it's really nice to mix up mediums, so that is one of the reasons I decided to do the ribbon, textured ribbon, and your die cut, because one kind of thinks, oh, only use one thing at a time. Mix it up a bit. And for those ladies who have followed the taper tag challenge, we are heading for our 20th tutorial. So if you haven't seen the others, it really is worthwhile going back to have a look at them, because each tutorial gives you a different technique. If you're a beginner, start at number 1 and work your way up to where we are today. Okie dokie. Alrighty. I'm going to do a little bit of backgrounding here. So I really love my straight line texture. Really looks like wood when it's finished. And remember, we always use our finger so we don't go over our pattern. So I use my finger as a guide. And you can see I'm all over the place. I'm not working in any specific order. I'm starting here, there, and everywhere. I often think sometimes we watch tutorials and they're really curated and perfect. I mean, sometimes I misspeak, and you know, my brain, I think, works faster than my mouth. Or my mouth works faster than my brain, who knows. But I really do hope you are enjoying these unedited tutorials. I would love to learn how to edit them at some stage. But for now, I thought, let's just get going, otherwise I'll never get started. How many of you procrastinate like that? One day when I'm confident, or one day when I can do this. Well, I promise you, I can tell you that none of us know everything, and we all just learn from one another. Okay, so I've textured this section, but I haven't textured that section. I've left it blank because I want to show you how the difference once you ink. Okay, I'm going to ink it with our fat black Sharpie, marker M15, which is the billet, or M10, which is the chisel tip. And they are my go-to, quick and easy. Don't have to wash brushes if you're using acrylic. Yeah. And even if they look purple, girls, that doesn't matter because they're dry black. So we'll leave that one aside and we'll try this other lacy one. And I have a piece of tape left over from a previous one that we cut. Remember, always place your tag onto your tape and not your tape onto your tag. Fold it over, fold it over. And just for the ladies that haven't watched previous tutorials, you really don't need to cover the back, but I cover all of mine. Just like things to look finished and neat, you know. Cut a strip here. And here we go. Okay. Sure, this is touch and go. Just gonna fit. There you go. Okay, so the interesting thing with any kind of fabric, lace or anything like that is that you definitely lose your definition. It is not as clear as a die cut. But this specific washi lace, if we can call it that, I don't know, looks quite good because I have used it before. Okay, let's just trim it. There you go. I don't seem to have cut through here very well. Whoops. Okay, all done. Using our tool again. Do not use a tiny tool because you can risk again tearing through your tape, because remember the fabric is soft. It's not hard like a die cut. So you have to work a little bit more carefully. I'm going to work my paper stump a little bit more to flatten it. And remember, slowly and carefully. Rather go back and work an area a second time than be too hard and tear your tape. The fabric lace is really nice. I made a angel, and on her dress I used this fabric lace, and it looked so delicate. It certainly adds a different dimension to what you usually use. I'm just hand techniquing to give some interest, a few lines. Very difficult to see in this light. Okay. Okay, so really just draw on a few lines of definition that you can see. And here I'm going to use the lines technique again, working towards the edge so we don't hook our tape. Okay. And what do you think we should do here, girls? A little bit of just using a smaller ball tool, a little bit of stitching. So these gift tags, everyone's saying, what am I making all of these hundreds of gift tags and what am I going to do with them? Well, first of all, last year I gave all my kids a gift tag, which I put their name on it. And at the back, I actually dated it. I put the December 2021. And then after they finished with their gifts, I said to them, keep them and hang them on your Christmas tree next year, because they make really cute little dangles on your tree, and it's something personal. So they can be used again, and you know, stock up for Christmas. Give them a gift tag with their name on it. And then also, if you give them to your friends for gifts, just say, please recycle your gift tag and hang it on your tree. I've got a friend, and she has saved every little tag and thing that I've made her over the years. And every year she puts it on her tree. Okay, so this one's nice and dry. That's our first one. And once again, we're not going to use the buff. Because we're working with the fabric, we don't want to tear it. So just using my lappy or my cloth, we're going to rub off the Sharpie. So I want to show you the difference between the area that I techniqued and the area that I didn't. Can you see the difference here? Okay, this is all smooth. This has interest. The ink has stuck really nicely here, and here it hasn't. This is the section I didn't ink. So when you don't ink, when you don't technique, there's nowhere for your ink to stick. What do you think of that? It's lovely, don't you think? And then let's do this one. Also using our lappy. And look how gorgeous that is. So nice and plain here, just with your antique look because of the crumpled tape, your stitching, your lace, and a little bit of techniquing at the bottom. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'd love to see what you can do with your fabric ribbon or lace. Take care, and please share your creations on our Facebook group, Tape a Tag, and have a look at Made by KJ for some inspiration. All the best and have an awesome day.